thought we would be getting to Killarney, but that's just been weather driven a bit. Anyway, one of the things I like about being in the North Channel is there are lots of hikes. Unlike the Massasauga, we can walk around a bit more, get some more exercise, and so there's a nice little hike, not too strenuous, that'll take you to the lighthouse. All right, we are in Killarney, and we're looking right now at the Killarney Mountain Lodge, the big log cabin, not even cabin, it's a conference house and restaurant that's just a few years old. And just off in the distance on your right is a huge paddle. I believe it's the largest wooden paddle up there on shore. It's just such a beautiful little entrance to a quaint town. Just in front of the tent, if there's an airplane that comes in, a pontoon plane, they will roll right up on that little ramp. With the renovations to Killarney Mountain Lodge, there is a lighthouse-like entrance. It is not an official lighthouse, but looks gorgeous. So this is the newly renovated docks of the Killarney Mountain Lodge. Okay, so you can walk from Killarney Mountain Lodge across that footbridge and over here to Pitfield's General Store. They will certainly fill in the gaps if you need things. I should mention that you can get fresh baked bread at Killarney Mountain Lodge. We love that. So this is the LCBO. The unique thing about the LCBO is I believe it is the only boat-in LCBO, so that's the liquor store, the only boat-in LCBO in Ontario. Next to that is Herbert's Fresh Fish Market and Restaurant. That used to be a school bus. So when we were first coming up here, they were serving fish out of a school bus. It is an absolute must stop. If you like fish, you will love this. And we're just coming up to the Sportsman. And the Sportsman has tons and tons of docks and easily accessible fuel. So they have docks on this side of the channel and on the George Island side of the channel. And they also have more hotel rooms and cabins up the hill. And they have a little boat, and they call it Tinkerbell, and you can radio Tinkerbell and she will come and pick you up from the George Island side and bring you over to the Killarney side. And at the same time, because they're both owned by the same owner, they will take you down to Killarney Mountain Lodge, which is a great place to go in the evening and see Andy Lowe perform all of his local tunes, as well as lots of favorites. That's just about it for Killarney. That marker ahead of us marks the end of the Killarney Channel, and we'll be heading to starboard up to Covered Portage Cove. Here we are at the dock, all nestled in Killarney Mountain Lodge. It's been a bit of a rainy morning this morning, so I'm just getting out now for an explore. And very handy to us is this little Curds and Whey cafe and bake shop. And Cam has already been in there to snatch up one of their tasty butter tarts. One of the perks of Killarney Mountain Lodge is that they have free laundry for boaters. Fuel docks are great here. Very spacious, easy to get 2-3 boats in at a time. And if you're not a boater, there's some boats here that you can charter to go out fishing, or Stormy Night there in the distance will take you out for a sunset cruise. The main entrance to the lobby is a sort of replica of the Killarney Lighthouse, just off that sort of circular building that's called the Carousel Lounge, and there is live entertainment there most nights, and we're hoping to go there tonight to see our friend Andy Lowe, who's been performing there for years. Somebody does an amazing job of looking after this garden. I've seen her working out here year after year, and this is just about one of the biggest flags I have ever seen. Just behind the carousel lounge at this point, and a little corner of the dining room there, and this is where the pool is. Behind that is where we go for boaters' showers. There are lots of cabins here to stay in. These are the older ones that were here when the current owner bought the facility. I know that we were able to stay in this room with our dog once, so this is probably the pet-friendly side. I will show you the more upscale side of it later. Over here, where there's that big stone fireplace, this is where I celebrated my 50th birthday. I'm just about to cross the covered bridge here to the conference center. Conference center is right there, and I believe it is the largest log-built conference center anywhere. Let's go in the conference center. I'm standing in front of the Big Dipper. I'm not even sure we can see the whole thing in it. This canoe paddle is 22,000 pounds. It is 110.5 feet long and 17 feet wide. And the significance of the paddle is to mark the trade people who used to paddle in their canoes to get their furs and goods to places further south from here to be sold. Okay, here we go. I am on the Lighthouse Trail. I'm just gonna turn around. The entrance is guarded by a couple of Canada geese. There's just another view of the big canoe paddle. Hey, I'm assuming I'm about a quarter way in on the Lighthouse Trail. It's actually a fairly walkable path, lots of roots and rocks, but no difficult climb areas or anything like that. So this is the entrance to Killarney Channel. My next marker is right there, and then all the way down there. So it must be a bit wet under here. So this is cool. I guess I'm on the other side of that little inlet. I can see another hiker off in the distance. Wow, this is quite a lookout point. We're just panning from the entrance to the Killarney Channel. Over here you can see one of the green markers marking the Killarney Channel, and we are basically at the top of Georgian Bay. I am on the final approach. The waters in here are quite calm and protected. Big rock in the middle of here. This beautiful pond with thousands upon thousands of lily pads. You can see some blossoms along ahead of us is right beside the final path leading up to the Killarney Lighthouse. It's essentially the service road, so much easier hiking, and in fact the route I remember from years past. There she be. I made it. I had the sign right behind me, and see it's been scribbled all over by people who've been here. There is the lighthouse. And let me just turn things around. There it is, a whole lot of water.